It's time to go over dry sizing the form. In our earlier lesson, we picked out our form through wet sizing, or sizing the form before the turkey was dried. We went over picking out the 42 versus the 52. I want to show you the same process but with the skin dried. Either one of these are accurate. Dry sizing is a little more accurate than wet sizing, but like we talked about, if you dry size it, you have to go through all of the form prep after you dry size it, which means you'd have to mount the bird immediately because the bird has been dried. So wet sizing is a good way to go, especially if you're just starting out, but I want to show you the contrast between the two. This is a TK42. This is the same form we used on our form prep and what we're going to be putting in this turkey from our wet sizing. This is the form we picked up, but I want to show you what it looks like in the bird dry sizing it. Sizing it the exact same way we wet sized it. But because the skin has been dried, it's not as flexible and there's not as much expansion available. And we're bringing it together. As you can see, we still have some nice overlap here, but we don't have that much extra room. I like to lift these legs up like they're going into place. Put my fist up here, and again, I can get my fist up in here, but there's no extra space. So we've got a good 4 inches, which is perfect for a full strut mount. There's no extra room. Now I'll put the 52 in to show you the difference. The 52 looked like it might have fit okay on our wet sizing, and it probably would with enough modification, but I want you to see the difference now. You can see it's going in a little bit harder to start, which is not a good sign. To push it back in, I get stuck up right here and up here. It's not letting me push the form up any further. I try to bring this together down here. I can't bring it together at all. I put a fist up in here, I can only make about a half fist and I run out of room. Even when I bring the legs up and try to bring it together a little bit more, I'm just running out of space. The 52 would definitely be too big for this turkey. The only way you could make the 52 work is you would have to dramatically bring this part of the form down, which is not recommended. There's just not enough room. As we talked about in the wet sizing, when in doubt, go with the form that's just a little bit smaller.